So just so you know, we're going to be using the notepad when we do the actual material. Fine.
Okay.
And I will have all of the actual assignments open here.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah. All good.
Understood. Okay.
Mm.
Just give me a quick, very quick second.
Mm.
Also, I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you please speak up?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Mm.
Great. This is honestly perfect.
Mm.
So just let me know when you're ready.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay. So start off with the first question.
Mm. This one should be linear programming problem, right? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. What was your answer?
I think it's the first one, linear programming problem.
Okay. What's next? Sensitivity
Let me show
analysis
you.
allows a manager to ask certain.
Mm.
What do you got? Hold on. I need a. Oh, come on. What do you think? Which one do you think
Yeah.
it is?
Mm.
Give me a
I'll
second.
go.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. So what'd you say?
I'll say it must be made in selecting an appropriate mathematical model.
Okay. Sensitivity analysis or post-optimality analysis is used to determine how the optimal solution is affected by changes within specific ranges in what?
In the objective function coefficient, the right hand side values.
Quantitative analysis.
Mm.
What is the definition?
It's about numbers. Let me see. Mm.
This one, right?
Right. Yes, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, a mathematical expression that describes the problem's objectives, such as maximizing profit or minimizing cost.
Yeah.
Linear programming.
Mm. Again. Okay.
Problem solving approach developed for situations involving maximizing or minimizing linear function subject to linear constraints.
Mm.
This one, right?
Yeah. I prefer this one. Yeah.
This one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Forecasting methods. I'm gonna go with D. You?
something. Mm. Yeah. Predict future aspects. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Analog models. Uh,
Analog.
yeah, this is a definition again. Physical in form but do not physically resemble the object being modeled, correct?
Mm. I'm not sure about this one. About sure.
Okay, if you're not sure, can you explain to me why the other ones seem to also be potential answers?
Mm. First of all, I don't know what does the analog mean right here.
Analog means you can hold it, you can manipulate it. It's physical.
Mm. It's physical. Okay. Can be manipulated. Yeah, then it should be the first one. Hold on. What about the last one?
Hmm.
Real objects. Hmm. So that's a difference. Okay. Analog. It means physical but not physically resemble the object being modeled. Okay, and still go with the first one.
Okay. A mathematical model. Hmm. I'm going to go with they represent real world problems through a system of mathematical formulas and expressions based on key assumptions, estimates, or statistical analysis.
Sounds good.
Range of optimality for each coefficient provides what?
Course of action. Oh, optimality to get the best one out of it. Let me see. The range of values over which current remain optimal. Then it's the last one.
This one?
The yeah.
Choose matching definition. What is project scheduling for PERT and CPM?
I forgot what does PERT stand for. I seen that before.
Um, I have. I don't remember what PERT was.
说出来相信 to do with the charts.
Maybe. Maybe. Help managers responsible for planning, scheduling, controlling projects consist of understanding problem thoroughly, based largely on manager's judgment, useful in studying evolution of certain systems. I'm gonna go with A.
Yeah, sure.
So it helps managers responsible for planning, scheduling, and controlling projects that consist of numerous separate jobs or tasks performed by a variety of developments, individuals, and so forth. The more closely the model represents the real situation, what is the end of the sentence?
Situation. Professor talked about that before.
Yes, he has. I'm gonna go with C. The accurate the conclusions the prediction will be.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. A blank, such as Microsoft Excel, can be used to perform a quantitative analysis of Ponderosa Development Corporation.
Ponderosa Development Corporation.
I'm gonna go with a spreadsheet software package.
Yeah.
Decision analysis. Choose best definition. Oh lord.
Yeah, so many definitions I have to read on my phone with a cracked screen. It feels so difficult with this.
I can bet it's very difficult. I wonder if the other two people are gonna show up.
They say one is gonna be tonight or tomorrow sometime. The
Okay.
other,
The other later. Okay. So decision analysis. Choose matching definitions. It's a technique for solving multi-criteria decision problems, usually within the framework of linear programming. I'm gonna go with D. Do you have any objections?
solving multi-criteria decision problems. Linear programming. Decision, yeah. Decision with linear programming. That goes well.
Okay. Analytic hierarchy process. Choose the matching definition. Hmm. Help managers understand and make better decisions concerning the operations of system involving waiting lines. Formulation error has been made. Management expectations are too high. Too many restrictions. Shelf prices maximum premium over normal, and then criteria that permits inclusion of superjective factors arriving at
I'll go with D.
D.
Yeah.
Can I know why?
Yeah, because it's a analytic hierarchy. Then hierarchy means pretty complex, so it's a multi-criteria decision making
Hold on.
technique.
I thought hierarchy just meant top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Yes.
But top to bottom, they have many different paths, right?
Yes, I do.
Mm.
So D then.
So how many questions are there?
It's only 20 per section, but there's 100 and something on it.
What? Okay.
Yeah, this was made using the slides, pretty much.
Mm.
Constraints. What's the definition of constraints? It's a set of restrictions or limitations such as production capacities. Correct?
说 A 呀，你说
Information about the constraints. Mm, well, it's the process of translating a verbal statement of a problem into a mathematical statement. Correct?
呀
Graphical solution method can be used to solve a linear problem with, linear program with. What is it?
graphical solution
What do you think?
linear program 应该是 linear function two variables
Two variables. Got it. Due to cost and ease of solution considerations, choose the matching definition.
due to cost.
Hmm. I'm gonna go with frequently a less complicated model is more appropriate than a more complex and accurate one. No,
I'm lost on this one.
so am I.
Due to cost. What is due to cost and ease of solution?
I'm gonna go. Oh, due to cost and ease of solution.
Mm,
Well, cost is just how much you need to pay, but ease of solution I think has to do with constraints.
mm,
I'm gonna go with A or B here.
mm.
You be the tiebreaker.
Okay, I'll choose A.
A,
Optimal.
correct? A.
Yeah,
Graphically, a shadow price, also called dual price, is what?
dual price.
Hmm. Oh, it's determined by adding +1 to the right hand side value in question.
Oh yes.
That one's easy. Information about the objective function.
Objective function. The objective. Okay.
Hmm.
I'll go with
I'm gonna go with
A.
C.
Oh, go C.
What do you think?
So C. May I know why?
Because the data needs
Mm,
to be prepared to have information about it, and then
mm,
the solution, which is done through the solver, gives you the objective function.
okay.
Do you think it's something else?
Yeah, for me, I think I want to go with B because optimal value about objective function, they just kind of go well together for some reason. So I'm not entirely sure.
I'm gonna let you pick it. C or B.
I will go with C and see how it goes.
65%.
Okay, let's see.
So that's fine. That's fine. Let's just look at which ones we had. Okay. So the
Model
bottom
development.
of the spreadsheet will be used for model
Model.
development.
So how model development? What if questions and problem? Oh damn. These two, I in my mind, they are the first one my mind comes out with, but I rejected them right away.
What do you mean?
Like about the first two, I thought like maybe it's model development, but then I say hold on, I don't think the professor said that before, so I just rejected the idea.
Hmm.
Turns out that was correct.
Well, you also have to be able to analyze things. That's just something because not everything will be word for word. Sometimes you just have to know meanings.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's continue looking.
你说你给你，喂，浩
Decision
哥，
analysis.
哟，哎，不好意思啊，我手机砸到了。
I wonder what they are saying.
哦，
So let's see which ones we messed up. The amount of slack or surplus in dual values. Right hand side rages of feasibility. Got it. And then we have due to cost and ease of solutions. Frequently a less complicated
像我网
model is more appropriate than a more complex and accurate one. That works quite well. And then information about the objective function is the optimal value coefficient ranges / ranges of optimality. Okay. So just for the sake of going over the ones that we got wrong.
我现在发现我的手机还是可以用，只是个屏幕裂了，不好看。
Interesting.
现在应该可以了。我之前我的按了屏幕没反应。没有，我要准备找个消 repair。
The bottom of the spreadsheet will be used for model development. Okay. Let's just open some tracks or something.
找我手机了。
I think I'll just put something on. Okay.
别少了。
你那个有乱次不能看的很奇怪的。我看我搞得随便看看个。
Are you back? Or
Yeah.
Okay, you're back. Okay, good.
Thanks for waiting.
So let's go over the problems that we had issue with.
Alright.
So the bottom of the spreadsheet will be used for, and the answer was model development. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we have the following question, which is sensitivity analysis allows a manager to ask certain, and the answer was what if questions about the problem.
Yeah.
Then quantitative analysis, it was asking for a definition. The definition is analyst will concentrate on the quantitative facts or data associated with the problem. Analyst will develop mathematical expressions that describe the objectives, constraints, and other relationships that exist in the problem. Analyst will use one or more quantitative methods to make a recommendation. The next one, decision analysis, we needed a definition, and it can be used to determine optimal strategies in situations involving several decision alternatives and an uncertain pattern of future events. Information about the constraints, you had it right. It's the amount of slack or surplus, the dual prices, and the right-hand side ranges.
Oh.
Due to cost and ease of solution considerations, this was a fill in the blank. It is a frequently a less complicated and perhaps less precise model is more appropriate than a more complex and accurate model. And then, what is the information about the objective function? It's the optimal value and the coefficient ranges. Cool?
Okay. Cool.
So let's retest. Sensitivity analysis allows a manager to ask certain... What is it?
If problem.
Did you say?
是第一是 what if questions
Yes.
about problem.
What if? Information about the objective function.
你在网上 animate?
No, I don't have anime music in the background.
我在新开喝的 music in the background.
Yeah, there's music, but it's not anime.
Okay.
Optimal value, right?
No problem.
Good?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Abstractive function.
Yeah.
Quantitative analysis.
This one? It's the optimal value, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have the decision analysis. What is that? Did we go over decision analysis? Yeah, we did.
I think we classify decision analysis.
Yes, decision analysis. I'm gonna go with D here.
Yeah, 丢错一个。
Good? Does this work for you?
Yeah, this
Quantitative analysis. What is that?
number.
That's we'll concentrate on quantitative facts.
It's the last one.
Yeah. The bottom of the spreadsheet will be used for what? Do you remember?
Model development.
Information about the constraints.
Is the right hand side the ranges. Is the C.
Okay. Due to cost and ease of solution considerations, I'm going to go with A. Frequently, a less complicated and perhaps less precise model is more appropriate than a more complex and accurate one, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it right.
All of them.
Just the ones that we missed.
Yeah.
Let's take a new one, okay? The idea is we know we're ready when we can get 3 in a row without any errors.
Okay.
Good? Forecasting methods. Choose matching definition. Forecasting methods are techniques that can be used to predict future aspects of a business or operation, correct?
Yeah.
Waiting line or queuing models. Which one do you think? Because I don't know.
It's called waiting in line for a reason. Don't know what that is.
Is an approach that can be set up as linear programs with the additional requirement that some or all of the decision recommendations be integer values, I think? I don't know. What do you think?
I think I got go with B.
You gonna go with approach to problems like this one? B?
Yeah.
Yeah? Potential reasons for a quantitative analysis approach to decision making. I'm gonna go with A. Or, wait a minute. Help manage, understand, and making better decisions concerning operations of systems involving waiting lines. It's A. Number 2 is A. Yeah. So that would mean that for 3, potential reasons for a quantitative analysis approach to decision making will be the problem is complex, no?
Make sense.
Marketing applications. What do we got?
好像预测中的 go with B is and problem is new is repetitive.
You are very quiet.
Well, yeah, it's B.
I see.
Marketing. Are we still on this one? The potential reasons for quantitative analysis approach to decision making.
Yes. That's the one we're looking at.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at B.
B, right?
I'm going with B. Yeah.
Okay. Marketing applications. Choose the matching definition. What do you think it is?
I go with iconic models, analog models, and mathematical models. A.
A? Okay. Guidelines for model formulation. Mm, I think we need to understand them thoroughly. We need to describe the objective, each constraint, decision variables, this objective in terms of decision variables, and constraint in terms of decision variables. What do you think?
I feel D. Understand the problem thoroughly. Model from D. I feel like it makes the most sense.
A linear program in which all the variables are non-negative and all constraints are equalities is said to be in
PRT.
standard form, no?
Non-negative. Okay. Equality. Standard formula.
Yes?
Yes.
PERT.
Finally, it's testing.
It's the program evaluation and review technique. What's an uncontrollable input?
Uncontrollable input.
I go with environmental factors that are not under control of the decision maker. Fair sense?
Yeah. Not under the control.
Okay. The corners or vertices of a feasible region are referred to as extreme points. Range of optimality and 100% rule. Uh,
Over.
the 100% rule states that simultaneous changes in objective function coefficients will not change the optimal solution as long as the sum of the percentages of the change divided by the corresponding maximum allowable change in the range of optimality for each coefficient does not exceed 100%.
That's
What do you think?
I feel it's A.
A? Why?
It's about ranging, maximizing or minimizing linear function. So that's range of optimality.
I mean, D also has range of optimality though, and it even states the 100% rule.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it talks about 100% rule. Yeah, let's go with D.
The optimal solution to a linear programming problem can be found where?
Extreme feasible solutions that result in the largest possible objective function value when maximizing or yeah, A.
A?
Wait, hold on. Extreme point of a feasible region. Oh yeah, it's B. Feasible.
B, right? Okay. Okay. Due to cost and ease of solution considerations,
Again, okay.
frequently a less complicated model is more appropriate than a more complex and accurate one. Marketing research, what is that?
Gosh.
Say, firm conducts marketing research to learn about consumer characteristics, attitudes, and preferences. Marketing research services include designing the study, conducting surveys, analyzing data collected, and providing recommendations for the client. In the research design phase, targets or quotas may be established for the number of types of correspondence to be surveyed, and the marketing research firm's objective is to conduct the survey so as to meet the client's needs at a minimum cost, correct?
A.
Here, right?
Yeah.
Single criterion decision problems. What would that be? Single criterion decision problems. I'm going to go with C. Problems in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to one criterion are referred to as single criterion decision problems. Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as multi-criteria decision problems. Good?
Yeah, but why would they talk about multi-criteria when the question is not asking about more than that?
Well, the second sentence here is just to tell you what the difference between a single criterion and a multiple criterion is.
Okay.
Good?
Good.
Okay. Infeasibility causes include what? I'm going to go with C. A formulation error has been made. Management expectations are too high. Too many restrictions have been placed on the problem.
Yeah.
Yes? Good.
Strength.
Linear constraints are. What is a linear constraint?
The point cannot be, the value cannot go beyond that, beyond the maximum that is set. Less than or equal to, or more than or equal to.
So D. Linear functions that are restricted to be less than equal to, or greater than or equal to a constant.
Yes. Constant?
Yeah, constant is just a number. In this instance, a non-variable number. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Managers should focus on those objective coefficients that have narrow range of optimality and coefficients near the what?
All the problem's constraints.
Why?
Because if they go beyond the constraints, it will be out of control.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why is it not the endpoints of the range?
Oh yeah. Endpoints of a range. That's a limit. Oh yeah, you're right. The endpoints of a range.
I'm correct? What is the break-even point for monthly sales of the house spreadsheet? So in other words, how do you do it on a spreadsheet? What is the solution? You know what? We're not going to be tested on spreadsheets, so I'll just answer it. It's this one. Feasible. What is this feasible? What is feasible?
Good. Can be used.
It's unbounded if the value solution may be made infinitely larger by the constraints. For real problems, results are improper. If the alternative satisfies all the model's constraints, it is feasible and the candidate for the best solution. I'm going to go with B. What about you?
Me too.
Yes? Analytic hierarchy process. What is the matching definition of that? It's determined by adding plus one. No, that's shadow price. The other one is single criterion. And arriving at a recommended decision. I'm gonna go with B. What about you?
Yeah, B is what we picked earlier. Yeah, let's go with that.
90%. What did we get wrong? Okay.
90%. Marketing search research problem. Marketing research problems. Okay. applications, marketing research problems.
And then we got one more wrong.
Okay.
Here it is.
Marketing research.
So a single criterion decision problem is problems in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to one criteria are referred to as the single criterion decision problems. And then a marketing applications are marketing research problems. Good?
Marketing research problems. Okay.
Take a new test. Remember, we gotta get 3 in a row. Alternative optimal solutions. Mm, In the graphical method, if the objective function line is parallel to a boundary constraint in the decision of optimization, there are alternate optimal solutions with all points on this line segment being optimal. Is that correct?
Yes, I'll go with this.
General guidelines. Choose the matching definition. You're up.
General guidelines. The shadow price is a maximum amount you should be willing to pay for once additional unit of a resource. Iconic models, error-log models, multi radical radical models. Radi- LP models formulation illustrated on the slides that follow. Physical replicas.
Hmm. What
I'll
do you think
go
it
with
is?
I'll go with B. Standard.
Actually, you know what? I kind of want to go with C here.
You sure?
I mean, I'll go with B for now, but it's just personally I would pick C. Cool.
Okay.
Standard form is attained by adding what to less than or equal to constraints and by subtracting what from greater than or equal to constraints. What do you think it is?
I'll say C.
C. Standard form is obtained by adding slack variables to less than or equal to constraints and by subtracting surplus variables from greater than or equal. Okay. What is a linear function? Hmm.
It's either A or D.
I'm gonna go with D.
Okay.
What do all LP problems have?
Constraints. I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sensitivity analysis is used to determine how the optimal solution is affected by changes within specific ranges in what? Hmm.
Right hand side. Yeah, two of them. A or B.
I'm gonna go with A.
Yeah, me too.
Range of optimality and 100% rule. The 100% rule states that simultaneous changes in objective function coefficients will not change the optimal solution as long as the sum of the percentages of the change divided by the corresponding maximum allowable change in the range of optimality for each coefficient does not exceed 100%.
Yeah, D.
Constraints. A
Constraints.
set of restrictions or limitations such as production capacities. Good?
Good.
A model with 50 decision variables and 25 constraints could have how many data elements?
I'll say 1300. I think I've seen that before.
A feasible solution satisfies what?
All the problem's constraints.
Correct. Marketing research. It's B.
Yeah, the longest one.
Unbounded. What is unbounded? Go with A. No solution to the linear programming problem satisfies all the constraints, including the non-negativity constraints. Graphically, this means a feasible reason does not exist. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
真是
It could also be the solution to a maximum LP problem is unbounded if the value of the solution may be made infinitely large without violating any of the constraints.
嗯 A or B. Let me see.
A or B? This is the one that's interesting. What do you think?
Unbounded.
Okay.
I'll go with B because A didn't talk about unbounded.
The range of optimality for each coefficient provides what? Go with A. The range of values over the current solution will remain optimal. Good?
Yep.
Multi-criteria decision problems.
Mm.
I'm going to go with problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as multi-criterion decision problems. I'm going to go with B. Good?
Oh yeah, criteria. That's right.
Goal programming. What is goal programming?
Either A or B. Let me see.
A or B?
Yeah, I'll go with A personally.
Okay. Simulation. I'm going to go with C. It's a technique used to model the operation of a system. This technique employs a computer program to model the operation and perform simultaneous simulation computations. Good?
Good.
Analytic hierarchy process. Choose a matching definition.
Yeah.
That's a shallow price. Shallow price. A, right?
Shadow price.
Is a multi-criteria decision-making technique that permits the inclusion of subjective factors in arriving at the recommended decision, correct?
Yes.
Maximizing or minimization.
Oh. Okay. So
Okay, I'm going to go with the maximization or minimization of some quantity is the objective of all linear programming models. D. You think anything else?
yeah, I think a D as well.
Okay. A resource cost is a relevant cost if the amount paid for is dependent upon the amount of resource used by the decision variable. I'm going to go with B. Relevant costs are reflected in the objective function coefficients. Good? Hello?
Sure.
Inventory models. What's an inventory model?
But what was stored inside what is like asset. Okay. Optimal can be used to determine optimal strategies in situations involving several decisions or authorities that are uncertain pattern to future events. Specialized solutions or procedures for problems in transportation system design, information system design, project schedule. Used by managers faced with the dual problems of maintaining sufficient inventories to meet demand or for good and at the same time currently the lowest possible inventory holding cost. I have to go with C.
Same here. So we know that. What did I get wrong? General guidelines are the LP model formulation illustrated. Linear programming functions are functions in which each variable appears in a separate term raised by the first power and is multiplied by a constraint, which could be 0.
Could be 0.
Yeah. And then we got one more wrong. Goal programming is a technique for solving multi-criteria decision problems, usually within the framework of linear programming. Cool?
Framework of linear programming. Okay.
New test. A resource cost is a sunk cost if it must be paid regardless of the amount of the resource actually used by the decision variables. That is C. Sunk reduced costs are not reflective of the objective function coefficients.
Okay. I just finished reading the first two. Okay, go with this.
What's forecasting methods then if you already read it? I'm going to go with C. Are techniques that can be used to predict future aspects of business operation?
Forecasting.
Because what is a forecast? A forecast is a prediction of the future, correct?
Yeah, predict future aspects of a business operation. Yeah.
Probabilistic model or stochastic model. That is if all uncontrollable inputs of the model are known and cannot vary. No. Constraints limit the degree of which. I'm gonna go with C. If any uncontrollable inputs are certain and subject to variation.
Yeah, it's about probability.
What is the break-even point for monthly sales? This is just a spreadsheet problem. It's just to use the BEP using a spreadsheet goal seek. But we're not getting quizzed on spreadsheets.
Okay.
General guidelines.
Again, the last time we got this one wrong, I believe.
Yeah, the answer is an LP model formulation is illustrated. That's a general guideline.
Yeah.
Information about the constraints. The constraints involve slack or surplus, the dual prices, and right-hand side ranges. Cool?
Cool.
Range of optimality and 100% rule. 100% rule states that simultaneous changes in the objective function coefficient will not change the optimal solution as long as the sum of the percentages of the change divided by the corresponding maximum allowable change in the range of optimality for each coefficient does not exceed 100%.
Yeah, that's right.
Maximization or minimization of some quantity is the objective in nearly all linear programming problems. This one.
Yeah.
Mathematical models represent the real world problems through a system of mathematical formulas and expressions based on key assumptions, estimates, or statistical analyses.
Yeah, this one.
Infeasibility causes include
Error, malfunction, management, expectation too high.
too many restrictions have been placed on the problem. So A.
Yeah, A.
We will enter the blank in the top portion of the spreadsheet. What do you enter in that?
Top portion. C.
Problem data.
Problem data.
Linear programming involves choosing a course of action when the mathematical model of the problem contains only what?
Only
Linear functions.
one linear function. Okay.
The bottom of the spreadsheet will be used for what?
Model development.
Good. Marketing applications. A marketing research problem, correct? Reduced cost is sunk. Controllable inputs. No. Do I have it written here? No, I don't. Go with A. Shadow price is the maximum amount you should be willing to pay for one additional unit. No, that's not that. It's sunk. Controllable inputs decision alternatives specified by the maker, such as the number of units per dock to produce.
B.
Isn't B though just an analog model?
Analog model.
What it
What is
what is reduced cost is sunk.
cost is sunk? Reduce cost is sunk. Wait, reduce cost? That means saving money, right?
Resource cost, my bad. Resource cost.
Okay, sunk losing money, sunken in. Okay, sinking.
Sunk means you already lost it and you're never getting it back.
Hmm.
So what does it mean?
Sunk. We can decide how much we want to lose.
So you're saying it's A.
Hmm. Yes.
The shadow price for a non-bonding constraint is 0 and negative shadow price indicates... Well, negative shadow price indicates what? That it is not binding or something along those lines. Hmm. Oh, a shallow price of 0, a negative shallow price increase that the objective function will not improve if RHS is increased.
Yes.
Deterministic model. Choose matching definition.
Controllable inputs to a model cannot vary. Deterministic. No solution to a LP problems satisfies.
I'm gonna go with A.
I'm not sure about this one.
You're not sure? Why not?
Because deterministic, it means the model is certain, right?
Yes, models are certain.
None cannot vary. Okay, now that makes sense.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Graphical solution method can be used to solve a linear program with two variables.
Yes.
A spreadsheet software package such as Microsoft Excel can be used to perform a quantitative analysis of Ponderosa Development Corporation. The optimal solution is the best output, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's one.
Wow, we have all of them.
One of three done.
Hmm.
Hold on. Okay, so one of the guys has said he's gonna join is gonna join us in a little bit. So good.
Good.
New test. That's one of three. We need to get three. We need to get three correct.
Hmm.
The more closely the model represents the real situation, the accurate the conclusions and predictions will be. Goal programming. What is that?
Goal programming. E.
D.
Yes.
Information about the decision variables. That is the amount of slack or surplus, the dual price, and the right-hand side ranges.
Ranges. Yeah.
Decision analysis and management science had its roots in World War II, and its flourishing in businesses and industry due in part to what? Numerous methodological developments, a virtual explosion in computing power. So I'm going to go with A.
Okay.
An important application of linear programming is multi period planning, such as what? I'm going to go with production scheduling. You?
那就你要
Are you getting messages?
someone 是 joining us.
Oh, someone's joining us. And also, the fact that there's no homework for this week. We just have lecture stuff and practice.
Okay.
Okay, infeasible.
Feasible. Okay. Let me get back to screen.
Okay, so infeasible. I'm gonna go with if the alternative does not satisfy all of the model constraints, it is rejected as being infeasible regardless of the ejected function value. I'm gonna go with A.
A
Reduced cost is sunk. How did we do this one again?
sunk resource.
Uh, resource costs are not reflected in the objective function coefficients. Shall the price the maximum premium over normal cost you should be willing to pay for the 1 unit of the resource? Shall the price is maximum amount you should be willing to pay for one additional unit? I'm gonna go with C. What about you?
You'll see.
The shallow price for a non-binding constraint is 0 and the negative shallow price indicates what? A. It will not improve if the right-hand side is increased, correct?
No,
No?
I don't. What? I can't get anything for my brain get for this non-binding constraint is 0 if that's 0. Negative shadow price indicates. I know it's not C or D, only A or B.
I'm gonna go with A.
Yeah, okay.
Iconic models. What is an iconic model?
Comic, that means unique, special.
Iconic means recognizable, technically, I think.
Mm.
What do you think?
I'll go with C.
Why?
Cause specialized.
Problem formulation or modeling is the process of translating a verbal statement of a problem into a mathematical statement.
Hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Linear functions are uh, functions in each variable appear to be a separate term raised to the first power and multiplied by a constant which could be 0. Optimal solution, the best output is the optimal solution. Infeasibility is a formulation error has been made, management expectations are too high, too many. No. If the alternative satisfies all the model's constraint, it is infeasible and a candidate for the bet. No. Infeasibility. Graphically
So,
means Huh. This is a hard one.
no solution to the LP problem satisfies all of the constraints. including non-negativity conditions. Graphically, this means a feasible reason does not exist. Does not exist. Okay. I think D is
D.
most likely.
D.
D. Yeah.
Quantitative analysis process. They process problems that involve more than one criterion. No, no, no. That's a multi. Model
Mm.
development, data preparation. No. Hmm. I'm gonna go with C or D.
Mm.
What do you think?
Numbers. Is,
What are your thoughts?
uh, I think I want to go with C. Uh, hmm.
Why do you want to go to C?
Quantitative analysis process. Since it's analysis, I just feel model development and analysis go well together since there also data involved.
I mean, all of them have data involved except for the first one.
Mm. No, I mean the word data.
Wait, then which one are you saying it is?
So for me, I think it's C, but I don't know about D. So what? Why do you wanna go with D then?
Because a quantitative analysis can process the blending problem, a production mix problem, and the production scheduling problem.
Oh,
But at the same time, I don't know if that's the answer.
hmm. Well, let's go with D and C.
Models are specialized position. Wait, what?
C.
The accurate? No.
Hmm.
I go with B.
D. B.
Alternative optimal solutions. I'm gonna go with C.
Oh,
You?
yeah. Alternative optimal solutions. Yeah.
Slack and surplus variables have objective function coefficients equal to 0.
Mm. Zero.
Guidelines for model formulation. So B is wrong and C is wrong.
Mm.
What is it?
Take a recommendation.
Analysts will concentrate on the quantitative facts or data associated with the problem analyzed. Will develop. No. I'm gonna go with
Actually,
D here.
go with where?
D.
E.
D. The last one.
Oh, D.
What do you think?
Yeah. Let's go with this.
Financial applications. What are financial applications of LP? I'm gonna go with the investment problem.
Yeah, that feels more sense.
Linear, integer linear programming.
Instrument programming, so it's a whole number. Okay. Hmm. It can't be A. Graphical method if objective function
Is an
analysis.
approach used for problems that can be set up as linear programs with the additional requirement that some or all of the decision recommendations be integer values. I'm gonna go with C.
Hmm.
Good?
Good. Okay.
Oh, we got too many wrong.
Ah.
Goal programming is a technique for solving multi criteria decision problems, usually within the framework of linear programming. Information about the decision variables is their optimal values, their reduced costs.
Decision variables. Numerous.
Resource cost is sunk, the shadow price is the maximum amount you should
Shadow
be willing to
price.
pay. for one additional unit of the resource that the resource cost is sunk.
Mm.
The shadow price. Okay. Iconic models, physical replicas, or real objects.
Replica. Okay.
Quantitative analysis process is model development data preparation to model solution report.
Mm.
Representations of real objects or situations are models.
Mm.
In the graphical method, if an objective function line is parallel to the boundary constraint in the decision of optimization, there are alternate optimal solutions with all points of the segmental of this line segment being optimal. Cool.
Mm. Oh.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's retest the missed ones.
Mm. Yeah. So this is the last one I'm gonna do because I'm gonna have lunch later.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, after this, I'm gonna try to get two more correct, and then we're just gonna do problems. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm still gonna be up. I'm still gonna be here.
Alright. You gotta study for 6 hours straight.
Yes, you can watch it on YouTube if you want.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube.
Wow. Okay.
Go programming.
Go program. Yeah.
Mm,
G or D? Let's see.
D.
D. Yeah.
Quantitative analysis process.
Model develop. No, not this one. It's D. Yeah. Production, scheduling problem, mix problem, learning problem.
Information about the decision variables.
Optimal value was reduce cost.
Mm, iconic models, physical replicas, or real objects. Resource cost is sunk at the shallow price is the maximum amount you should be willing to pay for one additional unit of the resource.
Mm.
You got two wrong. Oh, one wrong actually. It's a production scheduling problem. It's actually model development data. Okay.
We got 4 out of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one that we got wrong?
This one, quantitative analysis process, is model development data preparation model solution report generation.
Oh, model
Cool.
development.
Cool.
Cool. Alright. This has been a fun study.
We're not.
I
We're,
didn't.
I mean, remember, I'm still gonna be here. You can join later. This ends at
Alright.
6.
Alright. I'll probably do it after lunch then.
Okay.
Alright. I'll get down here and let you know. Okay.
Hey, bye.
See you then.
See ya.
Bye.
Does that work? Sure thing. Now it's just me. All the problems constraints. A feasible solution satisfies all the problems constraints. Shadow price is the maximum amount you should be willing to pay for one additional unit of the service. That's a reduced cost is sunk. The process of translating a verbal statement of a problem into a mathematical statement is that's what problem formulation or modeling is. I think that's what it is. Whoa. Okay. What happened? What happened? Weird. Okay. This is for a different class. Anyways, time to just do some other things for now. Problem in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to the criterion is referred to as single criterion problems. Good. I think that works. Only the extreme points of the feasible region. When looking for the optimal solution, you do not have to evaluate all feasible solution points. You have to consider only the extreme points of the feasible region. What's next? Environmental factors that are not under the control of the decision maker. So, let's see. That is uncontrollable inputs. Investment problem. An optimal solution is an investment problem, financial applications, marketing applications, resource costs. A financial application is an investment problem. No solution to the LP problem satisfies all the constraints, including the non-negativity conditions. Graphically, this means feasible region does not exist. That is what? Including the non-negativity constraints. Infeasibility, infeasible, unbounded. Amount of slack or surplus, the dual prices, right hand side ranges. Those are the information about constraints. Their optimal values, their reduced costs. Choose the matching term. Oh, it's a bit loud. That works. So their optimal values, their reduced costs. Those are information about decision variables, right? Okay. Model development. The bottom of the spreadsheet will be used for model development. First 5 steps of the process of decision making: define the problem. 2, determine the set of alternative solutions. 3, determine the criteria for evaluating alternatives. 4, evaluate the alternatives. 5, choose an alternative. 6, implement the selective alternative. And 7, evaluate the results. Those are the 7 steps of problem solving. It's a multi-criteria decision-making technique that permits the inclusion of subjective factors in arriving at the recommended decision. Multi-criteria decision-making technique that permits the inclusion of subjective factors in arriving at the recommended decision. Factors in arriving at the recommended decisions. That is the decision analysis. Problem is complex, problem is important, problem is new, problem is repetitive. Those are potential reasons for a quantitative analysis approach to decision making. Is a technique used to model the operation of a system. This technique employs a computer program to model the operation and perform simulation computations. Let me go with simulation. Problems in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to one criterion are referred to as single criterion decision problems. Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as multi-criterion decision problems. What is the answer to this? What is the answer to this? I'm gonna get water. Good. Problems in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to one criterion are referred to as single criterion decision problems. Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as multi-criterion. I'm going to go with B. The use of the word programming here means choosing a course of action. In other words, linear programming has nothing to do with computer programming. The best output is the optimal solution. Sunk costs are not reflective in the objective function coefficients. Consider a simple production problem. Suppose X denotes the number of units produced and sold each week. The firm's objective is to maximize total weekly profits. Wrong. Both the objective function and the constraints are linear. The problem is referred to as a resource cost is a sunk cost if it must be paid regardless of the amount of the resource actually used by decision variables. Sunk costs are not reflected in the objective functioning coefficients. Endpoints of a range are what? The corners or vertices of the invisible region are referred to as the endpoints of the range. 85%. What did I get wrong? Analytic hierarchy processes multi-criteria decision-making techniques that permits inclusion of subjective factors in arriving at recommendation decisions. Problems in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to one criterion are referred to as single criterion decision problems. Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as multi-criteria discussion problems. That's the decision-making process. The endpoints of the range. Managers should focus on those objective coefficients that have a narrow range of optimality and coefficients near the endpoints of the range. New test. The original shadow price remains constant. What the hell is causing that? The range of opportunity for each coefficient provides the original shadow price remains constant. The range of feasibility for a change in the right-hand side value, and the range of value is the coefficient in which the range of feasibility for the change in the right-hand side value is the range of the values, the coefficient is which the original shadow price remains constant. Let me go with B. Let me see. Investment problem. That's a financial application. Understand the problem thoroughly. Describe the objective. Describe each constraint. Define the decision variables. Write the objective in terms of the decision variables. Write the constraints in terms of the decision variables. Those are guidelines for model formulation. Only the extreme points of a feasible region. A reduced cost, no. When looking for the optimal solution, you do not have to evaluate all feasible solution points. You have to consider only the extreme points of the feasible region. Physical replicas or real objects are iconic models. Linear functions that are restricted to be less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to a constraint. Those are what linear constraints are. Okay. What's next? Are useful in studying the evolution of certain systems over repeated trials, such as describing the probability that a machine functioning in one period will function or break down in another period. Markov process models are useful in studying the evolution of certain systems over the repeated trials. Linear functions are inventory models, quantitative analysis. I'm going to go with the Markov process model are useful in studying the evolution of certain systems over repeated trials, such as describing the probability that a machine functioning in one period will break down another. Go with D on this one. What's next? Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as single criterion decision problems. Spreadsheet solution. One way to determine the break-even point using a spreadsheet is to use the Goal-Seek tool. Microsoft Excel's Goal-Seek tool allows the user to determine the value for an input cell that will cause the output cell to equal some specified value. In our case, the goal is to set total profit to 0 by seeking an appropriate value for sales volume. Is the break-even point in the house? This is pretty much what is the spreadsheet solution. Feasible solution that results in the largest possible objective function value when maximizing or smallest when minimizing. The optimal solution to a is is a feasible solution that results in the largest possible objective function value when maximizing or smallest when minimizing. Found an optimal solution to an LP problem can be found at feasible solution. No. A. An optimal solution is a feasible solution that results in the largest possible objective function value when maximizing or smallest when minimizing. Got it. Formulation error has been made. Management expectations are too high. Too many restrictions have been placed on the problem, i.e., the problem is overconstrained. That is the causes of infeasibility. What if questions about the model? Hi.
Going on, guys?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, one of the guys went to get lunch, so how have you been?
Good. Here
So,
we go.
yeah, I'm great. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. You have the Quizlet, right?
Yeah, we're going over it.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much once we get 3 of them 100%, we move on to practical applications. Cool?
Okay.
Right now,
So
we have
the
one
Quizlet
of
you
3.
have right now is it's just like terminologies, right? And like concepts.
Yes, it's just concepts that were covered by the professor via the slides.
Okay.
So if you read the slides, you should have a good one here.
Yeah.
So, sensitivity analysis allows a manager to ask certain what-if questions about the problems. See. Slack variables, surplus variables. Standard form is attained by adding slack variables to a less than or equal to constraints, and by subtracting surplus variables from greater than or equal to constraints. Correct?
Yeah.
Based largely on the manager's judgment and experience, includes the manager's intuitive feel for the problem, is more of an art than a science. What is that?
It just said. Experience includes the manager's intuitive view for problem. Art. Qualitative analysis.
Why?
Experience includes the management. Art. Then. Actually, I am basically just guessing. Yeah, I would just say qualitative analysis, just because I've heard of it in the lectures.
All
It's
of these
either that
came
or
up in the
critical.
lectures.
Huh?
All of these came up in the lectures.
Oh, did it? Okay. Even a simulation. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard the qualitative analysis more, so I'm gonna go with that.
I would go with critically analysis, but sure. Model
Or
development. We'll make a decision here.
Model development.
Model development. That's what the bottom of the spreadsheet will be used for. Kplex, AMPL, Lindo, MoSec, Microsoft Excel, and Solver Lingo. What are these?
Simplex, Ampli, Lindo, 6. Those are the body involved. Should be the one on the bottom right? A
Yep.
variety of.
Software packages with solvers.
Yeah.
Production scheduling problem. Product mix problem. Blending problem.
Blending.
I'm going to go with applications to operations management.
Yeah.
Their optimal values, their reduced costs. Those are information about the decision variable, correct? Is that correct?
Operations. Okay. Operation, none of that. Sensitive. No, none of that. Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
Often, goodness/accuracy of a model cannot be assessed. Until solutions are generated, often goodness/accuracy of a model cannot be assessed. I'm gonna go with A.
Often. Yeah.
are representations of real objects or situations. Analog models, right?
Models, right? Yeah.
Models or analog models?
What's analog models? Yeah, what's analog models?
Analog models are a method of representing a phenomenon of the world, often called the target system by another, more understandable or analyzable system. They are also called dynamic analogies. Two open systems have analog representation if they are black box isomorphic systems.
Okay, if you okay, what's in layman's term? That means
I'm gonna go with models.
yeah. There's I'm more, I don't know if I've heard of analog model in Cosmic Fact. He may have mentioned it, but I would go with models there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the answer that I the other.
No, you were correct. You were
What
correct.
did we miss then?
This one right here.
Which one?
Let me scroll up. Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as multi-criterion.
Oh, did we? I didn't go through that.
New test. Investment problems are an application of financial applications. What is causing that? You hear it too, right?
Hmm?
You hear that as well, correct? Just
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. What
Is that
happened?
is that on?
No idea what's causing that. Oddly enough,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine.
Hey, Miguel, where did you get this Quizlet from?
I made it.
Oh, you made it?
Yeah.
Like you literally like program and made it?
Yeah.
Damn.
It took me like 2 hours, but I did it.
Excuse me.
Problem data is what we enter at the top portion of a spreadsheet.
I'm assuming you coded this?
I made it. If that's what you're
Okay.
trying to ask me.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
And props to you because I'm terrible. If you coded this, props to you. I'm terrible at coding.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Anyways, where we at again?
We're at help
Oh,
managers
yeah.
for planning.
Oh no. The one before that. What was the question before that?
Problem data
number
is
two?
what is entered at the top portion of the spreadsheet.
Okay. Sure. Problem.
Good.
Okay.
Help managers responsible for planning, scheduling, and controlling projects that consist of numerous separate jobs or tasks performed by a variety of departments, individuals, and so forth. This is the
Right. So forth. Listen. I was leaning towards decision making process, but project schedule PRT and CDN individually. Okay.
so. Which one are you picking?
Uh, out of all of them, I think the decision making process is the one that makes sense.
The objective function coefficients, the right hand side values. Sensitivity analysis is used to determine how the optimal solution is affected by the changes within the specified ranges in objective function coefficients and right hand side values.
Why that one? Why do you think?
Well, if inaccuracies or potential shortcomings inherent in the model are identified, take corrective actions such as these aren't actions, so A is wrong. Potential reason for quantitative analysis approach to decision making. That's not it. When looking for your optimal solution, you do not have to evaluate all the feasible solution points. You only have to consider that's extrema, so it's B.
Okay.
Complex, APL, these are just the variety of software packages.
Okay. Yep.
If the alternative satisfies all of the model's constraints, it is blank and a candidate for the best solution. It is feasible. Understand the problem thoroughly. Describe the objective. Describe each constraint. Define the decision variables. Write the coefficient in terms of the decision variables. Write the constraint in terms of the decision variables. These are guidelines for model formulation, correct?
Yeah.
Good. Model development
We went over this.
is model development. Variety of packages, no. Bottom of spreadsheet. Yes, the bottom of the spreadsheet will be for model development.
Yep. Yeah.
They're
Oh,
up.
we got earlier. Yeah.
We know that. Okay, that's fact.
Yeah.
Okay. They're reduced values. They're reduced costs. Optimal value is reduced cost. So I'm gonna go with A.
For this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Relevant costs are reflected in the objective function coefficients. What does that mean?
What was relevant cost again?
Relevant costs? Costs that are relevant?
All right.
I mean,
Pretty self-explanatory.
go with C.
Maybe
Source cost. Who's messaging us?
it's dependent upon the amount of the resource used by the station variable. I actually don't know. So, I mean, if you think it's C, I'll go with it. But I actually
Okay. What's next? A collection of more accurate input data modification of the model. Uh,
report.
what do you think this is?
Input data modification. No, I don't think it's B.
Then what do you think it is?
It's like it's D.
An important application of linear programming is multiple period planning, such as collection of accurate input data. Okay, sure. Portfolio selection problems involve specific investments, for example, stocks and bonds from a variety of investment alternatives. Okay. What's next?
Faced by managers of banks, mutual funds, insurance companies. The objective function relates to maximization of expected returns or minimization of risk.
Then what do you think it
No.
is?
Not B. Programming can be used.
Go with C.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because the other ones don't make sense. Over 1300 data.
1300 data elements. Oh, that's a model with 50 decision variables and 25 constraints. That's how many decision elements they have.
Problems that involve more than one criterion are referred to as
Hmm. Oh, those are more than one multi-criteria decision problems.
Mhm.
Constraints that limit the degree to which the objective can be pursued.
The different solution.
All linear programming models. All linear programming problems have constraints that limit the degree. Okay.
Okay.
Spreadsheet software package. A spreadsheet software package such as Microsoft Excel can be used to perform quantitative analysis of Pandora Development Corporation A.
Okay.
Uh, a, lin-
Standard.
a linear program in which all the variables are non-negative and the constraints are equalities is said to be in standard form.
Mm-hmm.
Endpoints of the
Alright.
range. Managers should focus on those objective coefficients that have narrower range of optimality and coefficients near the endpoints of the range.
Mhm.
Yep.
Classical sensitivity analysis provides no information about changes resulting from a change in the coefficient of a variable in a constraint. What does that mean?
Must change the coefficient and rerun the model to learn the impact the change will have on the solution. So, change the coefficient.
Here?
D?
D?
D,
Feasible solution that results in the largest possible objective function value when maximizing, or smallest when minimizing.
Hmm.
That's where the optimal solution is.
Mhm.
Ah, we're off again.
Why did we miss this time?
Help managers responsible for planning, scheduling, and controlling projects that consist of various separate jobs or tasks performed by a variety of departments, individuals, and so forth. That is project scheduling, PERT, and CPM.
Okay.
And then
What was the other one?
collection of more accurate input data modification of the model. If inaccuracies or potential shortcomings inherent to the model are identified, take corrective actions such as this.
Ah, man.
I mean,
Wait, so collection. If an inaccurate potential shortcomings in the model are identified, take corrective action then.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
Did you guys already went over with the guy that was on break?
What do you mean?
How'd you guys do?
We got one of them to get a perfect score.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. Good?
Okay.
New test. All problems constraints. What?
Mhm.
A feasible solution satisfies all the problems constraints.
Mhm.
Good?
Yep.
Models are
Model.
representations of real objects or situations.
Mhm.
Okay, is that them messaging you, or you messaging, or am I getting messages?
Sorry, said that.
That's you. Okay, I just wanted to know. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Okay. Such as pressure capacities. Constraints are a set of restrictions or limit constraints, right?
Yep. Constraints.
Portfolio selection problems involve choosing specific investments, for example, stocks and bonds, from a variety of investment alternatives. This type of problem is faced by managers of banks, mutual funds, and insurance companies. The objective function usually is a maximization problem. Okay, so linear programming can be used in financial decision making that involves capital budgeting, make or buy asset allocation.
Yeah.
The solution to a maximum linear programming problem is unbounded if the value of the solution may be made infinitely large without violating any of the constraints. For real-world problems, this is the result of improper formulation. Quite likely, a constraint has been inadvertently admitted. So this is the case of unbounded, correct?
Not sure.
It's unbounded.
Yeah, go with unbounded. It's not feasible. Not but
Original shadow price remains constant. The range of feasibility for a change in the right-hand side value is the range of values for this coefficient in which C.
Mhm.
It's C.
Yep.
Iconic models, analog models, and mathematical models. Those are the three forms of models.
Mhm.
0. Slack and surplus variables have objective function coefficients equal to 0. The shadow
Yep.
price is the maximum amount you should be willing to pay for one additional unit of the resource. Resource cost is sunk.
Okay.
Based largely on the manager's judgment and experience, includes the manager's intuitive feel for the problem. It's more of an art than a science.
Yeah.
Qualitative analysis. Qualitative.
Qualitative.
Problems in which the objective is to find the best solution with respect to one criterion is referred to as what? One criterion, single criterion decision problems. Standard form. A linear program in which all the variables are non-negative and all the
Yeah.
constraints are qualities is said to be in standard form.
Yeah.
Functions in each variable appear in separate term raised to the first power and is multiplied by a constant which should be 0. Linear functions are.
Mm-hmm.
The objective function will not improve the RH as it's increased. A shadow price for a non-binding constraint is 0, and negative shadow prices indicate that the objective function will not improve if the right-hand side is increased.
Yeah. I am not sure this one. What
You're
do you
not-
think?
This one? Or this
Which
one?
one is it?
Requiring less or the objective function? Which one are you looking at?
Oh yeah, the objective function will
Will
the
not imp-
RA.
if the shadow price for a non-binding constraint is 0, and a negative shadow price indicates that.
Okay.
Requires less time, is less expensive, involves less risk. Generally, experimenting with models compared to experimenting with the real situation requires less time and is less expensive and involves less risk. So D. Good?
Yeah, makes sense.
Help managers understand and make better decisions concerning the operation of systems involving waiting lines. That is the waiting line or queuing models. The difference between the left and right sides of the constraints.
Go down the.
Slack and surplus. Relevant costs are reflected in the objective function coefficients. That would be what? Relevant costs are reflected in the objective function coefficients. Resource cost is a relevant cost if the amount paid for it is determined upon the amount of the resources used by the decision variables.
Yeah, it's that one.
I'm asking. I mean, I don't know.
We answered this before.
And it's A?
I.
Because C is wrong. We know C is wrong. B is wrong.
I think it was a.
Constraints that limit the degrees to which the objective can be pursued. That is, all linear programming problems have constraints that limit
Yeah.
the. Yeah. Sunk resource costs are not reflective in the objective function coefficients. A resource cost is a relevant cost of the amount paid for it depending upon the amount of the resource used by the decision variables. No. A resource cost is a sunk cost if it must be paid regardless of the amount of the resource actually used by the decision variables. The range of feasibility for a change. No, that's just wrong. So B and C are wrong. B and C are wrong, but A and D seem right. Which one do you think it is?
Huh. In regards of the model, resource cost is It's either A or D.
Yeah, it's A or D.
Yeah, I know, but is it?
I don't know.
Resource cost power cycle.
I'm gonna go with sunk resource costs are not reflective of the objective function coefficients.
I'm leaning more towards A, but I'm not sure.
Why?
Now I have no reason why. Maybe we could just.
Okay, let's analyze it, right? A resource
Yeah.
cost is a relevant cost if the amount paid for it is dependent upon the amount of the resource used by the decision variables.
Okay, first, what's a sunk resource cost?
Let's look it up.
Let's see what that means first. Get somewhere.
Sunk costs are resources that have been spent on an activity and can no longer be recovered. So in other words, you can never get it back.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the questions. See what resonates with that. Must be paid regardless of the amount of resource. It is the amount of resource used, but
I'm gonna go with A.
yeah, right?
I'm gonna try it. Let's see what it is, right?
Yeah.
That's 2 of 3 before we can move on to practical.
There you go. All right.
New test.
But
Often,
so you said two out of 3, so we can move to the math portion.
no, we need to do one more.
Yeah, no, I'm saying after we do one more, we get a perfect score on another one, we go to the math portion, right?
Yes, then we do math. Just do crazy math.
Okay. All right.
Good?
Yep.
Alright, let's continue. Often, goodness/accuracy of a model cannot be assessed until solutions are generated.
Yeah.
Model development, data preparation, model solution, report generation. This is the quantitative analysis process, correct?
Model development data preparation. I know it's a qualitative analysis, and it's not waiting line queue models.
And this was the answer for the previous question, so I'm gonna go with B.
Yeah. All right.
Extreme points. So corners or vertices of the feasible region are referred to as the extreme points. Classical sensitivity analysis provides no information about changes resulting from a change in the coefficient of the variable in a constraint. We must change the coefficient and rerun the model to learn the impact of the change have on the solution. Those are what? Changes in constraint coefficients?
Yeah. I remember we missed this one.
Then what was it when we missed it?
I think it was the changes because it was that one.
Okay, standard form. A linear program in which all the variables are non-negative and the constraints and our equalities is said to be in standard form, correct?
Okay.
First 5 steps are the process of decision making. 1. Define the problem. 2. Determine the set of alternative solutions. 3. Determine the criteria for evaluating alternatives. 4. Evaluate the alternatives. 5. Choose an alternative. 6. Implement the scheduled alternative. And 7. Evaluate the results. Those are the 7 steps
Yeah.
of problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
Are techniques that can be used to predict future aspects of a business operation. Forecasting methods. Analysts will concentrate on the quantitative facts or data associated with the problem. Analyst will develop mathematical expressions that describe the objectives, constraints, and other relationships that exist in the problem.
We'll use one.
Analyst will use more than. What is this? This is a quantitative analysis, right?
Is it?
Quantitative analysis, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes? So it's B?
Not sure. What? Actually, you know what? Yeah, quantitative analysis.
Model development. Choose matching term. That's what the bottom of the spreadsheet is used for. 2 variables. That's what you can use the graphical solution method to solve a linear program. You can solve one with 2 variables. Cool?
Yeah.
A firm conducts marketing research to learn about consumer characteristics, attitudes, and preferences. Marketing research. This is marketing research.
Okay.
The process of translating a verbal statement of a problem into a mathematical statement. That is problem formulation or modeling. Problem formulation or modeling is the process of translating a verbal statement of a problem into a mathematical statement. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you beat to it, yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
So what about problem data? What do you think it is?
Is it B?
Why? It
We'll
is.
enter
It
the-
is. It is B, by the way.
Yeah.
Feasible solutions that result in the largest possible objective function value when maximizing or smallest when minimizing is the optimal solution.
Hmm.
But
Yep.
yep, okay. The conclusions, predictions will be. So that is the more closely the model represents the real situation.
Hmm.
Problem is complex. Problem is very important, new, or repetitive. That is potential reasons for quantitative analysis approach to decision making.
Okay.
No solution to the linear programming problem satisfies all the constraints, including the non-negativity conditions. Graphically, this means a feasible reason does not exist. That is infeasibility.
Okay, yeah.
What if questions about the problem? That is sensitivity analysis allows a manager to ask certain what if questions about a problem. So C. The endpoints of a range. So managers should focus on those objective coefficients that have a narrow range of optimality and coefficients near the endpoints of the range. Good?
Mhm.
Sunk resource costs are not reflective of the objective function coefficients. That is, resource cost is sunk if it must be paid regardless of the amount.
Yeah.
Yep.
We went over this.
We did.
This was like literally the last question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Submit. What do we got?
Yep. Did we get it?
We got it. That's 3 of 3. That means we can now do math.
Okay. Cool.
So what'd you think?
Yep.
I mean,
I would want to go over it too,
like what?
Oh no, no, I'll probably practice more with the the this one with this test later.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do,
So I can.
is we're gonna go over the
Mhm.
homework assignments. Then, once again, we're gonna go over the practice quiz that he gave us. And then finally, we'll go over the questions on the slides.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, especially the questions on the slides. You know.
That's the one we're doing at the end, so it's freshest in our memory when we leave.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay.
So let me
Okay.
open the homework first. Okay. Is it opening?
I don't see it.
That's fine. You don't have to see it. You have to, I'm gonna post it. So there were three homeworks. I'm gonna start with homework 1, okay? Is that good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me.
Okay. This is homework 1, right? Yes, it is.
Yep.
So in other words, suppose we have this mathematical model. I'm going to shrink this and open this. Here we go. Ignore this. Production model.
Oh, Yoshino.
Okay. Suppose we modify the production model to obtain the following mathematical model, and that mathematical model will be max.
Oh, hold up, Miguel. I'm still loading mine.
Oh, well, you can. Well, I'm gonna be doing it here on the screen. You don't actually have to have yours loaded in if you don't want to. AX less than equal to
I don't know why, but
50.
not loading.
X is greater than equal to 0. So then from there,
On. Sorry, like, my internet's like slow, right?
yeah, you don't need to open it. I'm gonna post the whole question here. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
You don't mind?
not at all. That's actually how I intended to do it. For okay, where A is the number of hours of production time required for each unit produced, with A equal to 5, the optimal solution is X equal to 10. If we have a stochastic model with A equal to 3, A equal to 3 for uh, comma space 5 comma space 6 as the possible values for the number of hours required. Apparently I can't type today. Per unit. What is the optimal value for X? So what this question is asking us is, what happens at A equals to 3, A equals to 4, A equals to 5, and A equals to 6? And then after finding said optimal values, what problems does this stochastic model cause? Cool?
Well,
And then I'm gonna put in the fill in the blank sentence, okay? Since
I'll be right back.
sure thing. Since the value of A is blank, the values of X and profit can blank known with certainty. Alright everybody, we're doing some linear programming today and this stuff is actually really fun. So is this working? Yeah, this is working, definitely. So first, let's erase the little statement of linear programming. And now let's look through this. Pen? Pen, where are you? There you are, Pen. Good. So, suppose we modify the volume. It's going to ask A. Oh. Pen. Okay. You go A. And that is equal to 3. So A is at A equals to 3. So we know that X will equal to 50 over 3. And the reason we know that is because the original equation is A of X is less than or equal to 50. Let me erase that. And given that X must be greater than or equal to 0, it has to be a positive number. So when we solve for X in these situations and we're given an A, we really are looking for X is equal to 50 divided by A. And for the sake of realizing that this needs to be brighter, I'm going to make my color yellow. So X is equal to that. So now we need to find P. Well, P is the max because we're looking for profit, is equal to 13 times X, which in this case will be 50 over 30. Over 3. And that's our P and X at A is equal to 3. So now we go to B.
Yep.
And let me just separate this out of everything so that we can write around it.
Oh. Okay.
What?
I just realized. I forgot. Your questions are different from mine.
Yeah, we have different numbers.
Yeah. We have different numbers. Okay.
Do you want to take a picture of this?
No. Like, yeah. Actually, let's see here. No, I think we. The only difference is
Our numbers.
numbers.
That's
Yeah,
literally it. That's what we're going over. That's why I don't mind if you don't open your homework and you just look at this one, because the numbers, while they're different, the premise of the question is exactly the same.
Yeah. I was like, 50 over 30.
You see it?
That's what yeah.
Good. Does this just to dismiss? Okay. So P is equal to this. But now let's do it for B. Okay? B is A. Let it load. Is equal to 4.
Yeah. Because my X is a whole number, so.
Oh, your X is a whole number? Word.
Yeah.
So now let's do ours at A equal to 4. So we
yeah.
have the same equation here. A of X less than or greater to 50. So in reality we have 4X less than or equal to 50. And yes. You know what, let me just erase this section right here really quickly.
Yeah.
So that it's easier to read it, because I realized the blue was not very smart idea with the Yoshino character. Given, well, how green and blue she is. Makes sense, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's move my pad a little closer. Okay. So now that we have
Hey,
this.
are you gonna be? Are you also gonna do this tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm gonna be tomorrow I'm gonna be reviewing all the material again, but that's mostly for individual stuff because I need to do some stuff for economics and law.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I gotta make the most out of this.
Yeah. So B 4x equal to 50. So now we have 50. So x is less than or equal to 50 divided by 4. Good. And now we have 50 divided by 4. We can continue onwards because we can plug it in for P, which is equal to 13x. P is equal to, let me just use a darker color because apparently even yellow's too bright.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, shoot.
It's just too
It's too bright, okay? It's so much of a smile.
too vibrant.
Yeah, too vibrant. 13.
Too cute.
Yeah, it's too cute. It overpowers the color theory.
I know.
13 times 50 over 4.
I can't like. I'm so distracted with her.
Funny. So that's how you find the P for this one. It's going to be
Yeah.
13 times 50 over 4.
Okay.
Then we go to C.
Yeah.
Which is A is equal to 5. Now, if you look back at the question, you know that it already gives us the solution at 5 x equals to 10. So we
Yeah.
just have x is equal to 10.
Yeah. Just
So we know that P is equal to 130 because 13 times 10 is 130.
Yep.
And now let's go to D. D, we have A is equal to 6. So once more, x is equal to 50 over 6. And in turn, P will be equal to 13 times 50 over 6.
Eve.
And now that we have that, let me ask you this question. Since the value of A is blank, the value of x and profit blank known with certainty. What goes in these two blanks?
Problem does this stochastic model is the value of a unknown,
Okay.
the value of x and profit cannot be right.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
for those of you at home who don't have that open, E is written as follows. Since the value
Yeah, because
of,
if the value of a is unknown, we cannot be certain, right? The
correct,
profit. Yeah. So it's always gonna be like, yeah.
unknown, comma, the value of x and profit cannot be known with certainty.
Mhm.
How's my handwriting, by the way? No, no comment. Got it. Okay.
Oh, you have good how do you call it, guys? We call it calligraphy.
Cursive.
Cursive. Oh, there you go, cursive.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Calligraphy.
make this thicker for future applications. Okay, that works. So now we have the next question, question 2. And honestly, question 2 is way longer. Have you seen
Yeah.
question 2?
Question.
I'm actually going to expand the length of this notepad.
Yeah. This is a long one.
Yeah, this one's gonna be long, but it's probably gonna be something really similar to this on the exam. So
Yeah.
we can't neglect it. You know what I mean?
This is a
Let D equal to annual demand for a product in units and P equal price per unit. Cool? Assume that a firm accepts the following price demand relationship as being realistic, and that relationship will be D is equal to 1000 minus 12p, which, by the way, I don't think they would accept this in real life. What do you think? P must be between $20 and $80. Good? So A is how many units can the firm sell at the $20 per unit price at the $80 per unit price. So let's start with A. So first we have to find, okay, first we gotta find, load, okay. At $20 per unit.
I mean, the objective function is. Well, I guess the D is the objective function, right? So.
Okay, so let's analyze this, right? So in this case, we have D is equal to 1,000 minus 12p, correct?
Yep.
And then we also have P is equal to price per unit. Cool? So D is equal to it's 12p, 1,000 minus 12 multiplied by 20. Cool? Which in turn means that D is equal to $720.
Yep.
And now let's do the same thing for at $80 per unit. We'll have 1,000 minus 12 times 80. So we'll have D, this is a D equals $40 because this is 960. 1,000 minus 960. Like so. So D is equal to $40.
Wait, hold on.
Did that make sense? Did that make sense?
Let me do.
Do it with your numbers as well, just to give it a good check. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue writing.
Yeah.
B is what
Did it-
happens.
Is it 760 for the $20 per unit?
I got 720. Oh, it is 760. You're right.
Yeah. That's why I was like wondering why is it 720?
Thank you. I got my
Yeah.
number wrong. Thank you for catching that.
Yeah.
Nice. What
Yeah.
happens?
The 40 is right. The 40 is right. So.
Units demanded for the product if the firm increases the price, the per price unit, the per unit price, my bad, per unit price from, and this is going to be 24 to 25, 43 to 44, and 67 to 68, and this is in dollars. What is the suggested relationship between the per unit price and annual demand for the product in units? Okay, so do you remember how this one worked? I remember. Okay, so let's continue on. And for the sake of having something to separate them, let's use the color black. We have a nice little line. Let's continue, right?
Yeah.
So now we need to have this one. I is going to be what happens to unit demanded from 24 to 25. So unit at $24 per unit. What happened? Unit. Good. So unit at $24 per unit, we have D is equal to 1,000 minus 12 times 24. And when you do this math, you should get 712, correct? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
And now you...
okay. So wait. So yours is 24, right?
Yeah.
24. Okay. Yeah.
25.
Mine's 25, but that should be right.
So now we do it for U at $25 per unit. We should get D is equal to 1,000 minus 12 times 25, which is equal to 700, right?
Yep.
So now let's go to 2, but double I effectively.
Yeah.
And it'll be at $43 per unit and $44 per unit. Cool? So at 43, we get 1,000 minus 12 times 43, which theoretically should give us 484. And then at $44, we should have 1,000 minus 12 times 44. And how much do you think that is? I'm asking you, how much do you think that is?
Are you talking about
The newest
44?
one. Yeah.
472, no?
Yeah, it's always subtracting by.
Yeah, 1,000. So 4. Yeah, it should be 472.
Correct. Now let's go to the next one. So at 67 and 68, let's do it. Load, thank you. $7 will have 1,000 minus 12 times 67, and that'll be equal to 196. And I know this seems kind of repetitive, but the truth is that, well, a lot of times these questions are repetitive, don't you think?
Yeah.
There's 12 times 68. Should pretty much be 184, correct? Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, it must be rough. You gotta delete it like one by one instead of like clearing it.
I mean, I could do this. Just faster, right?
Yeah. There you go. Oh.
So, equal to...
There you go.
That'll be equal to 184. So now that we have that, we gotta go to IV now. And that is, what is the suggested relationship between the per unit price and the annual demand for the product in units? Well, that's not too much harder. It'll be this suggests that the relationship is linear. And that annual demand give me a second. The advantage of writing numbers and in cursive is that when you erase the word, it erases the whole thing, not just letters. There we go. And then annual demand falls by 12 units for every
Yeah,
how much?
the pattern.
$1 in price increase. Like that. So that's what the answer is for that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, now let's go to C. And C will be show the mathematical model for the total revenue, TR, in terms of P, comma, which is the annual demand multiplied by the unit price. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, so then how would you go about it?
The
Let me put the question back up. How did you see?
full revenue. Oh. I mean, that's just the objective function, right?
No, it's a bit more than that.
Full revenue.
What is the total revenue formula, first of all?
It's total total. So it's like profit minus cost, or total profit minus total cost, right?
Demand times price.
Oh.
Get it?
All right. Yeah.
So in reality, TR is going to equal, open parentheses, 1000 minus 12p, close parentheses, p. And that's your answer. Cool?
Oh, okay. And then okay, and then you okay, so it'll be 12p squared.
Yeah, but we want it to be linear, so we don't square things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we do that, it's asking us to show. Let me pull it up again. So we go to D now, and that'll be find TR at P is equal to 32, comma 44, comma 56. This should be easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way you do it is as follows. Pretty much do TR, and it'll be 32 equals 1000 minus 12 times 32, close parentheses, multiplied by 32, parentheses, and that'll give us this dollar amount, 19,712. Good?
Yep.
So now let's do it again for the next one, and that'll be open parentheses 40. My bad. It's 1,000 minus 12 times 44. Close parentheses, 44. And that'll equal to 20,768. And then finally, we have TR equals to 1,000 minus 12 times 44. My bad, not 44, 56, because we're doing the last one. Six, close parentheses, times 56.
Yeah.
And that'll give us this number here, which is 18,368. So among all of them, TR at P equals to 44 gives us our highest number, which is 20,768. Cool?
Yeah.
So now we have the final section of this question. E. What is the expected annual demand and the total revenue corresponding to your recommended price? Do you know?
Well, in your case, go back.
In other words, it's asking us to find D and find TR.
Yeah, so basically like your highest one of total revenue price per unit, which is
For the sake of making it clearer to the audience.
there you go. Yeah, it should be 44, right?
Our
44 for the
TR
D.
is equal to
Yeah.
our TR
So yeah,
is at 44 is equal to 20,768, which is the biggest number we pulled out.
yeah.
And
That
D
one.
at 44 is equal to 472.
Yeah.
That is units demanded.
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
Good. And that is how you do question 2, everybody. How does that look?
Yep. Sounds good, man.
Well, luckily for the two of us, question 3 is nowhere near as long.
Yeah.
Copy, control, paste.
Big question. Right.
Yeah, I'm opening it up right now.
We've had three homework questions, right? Three homework, right?
We had 3 homeworks in total.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the question. Did I get a message?
I guess
oh,
that's gonna be.
yeah, Hansen's not gonna come back.
Yeah, so I guess it's just gonna be you and me.
Well, just so you know, just to give you some level of respite, you will be able to view these on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yep. So, Micromedia. No, it's Micromedia. Add this to dictionary. Did I misspell seminars? Dismiss.
Oh, you don't need to go through the spelling, man. Just do.
Okay. Anyways, what happened? Why is it still asking for one?
Yeah, you're good, man. Just
Okay.
just go over the questions.
Okay.
Need to spell check.
Develop a model for the total cost C to put on the seminar. Period. Let X represent the number of students who enroll in the seminar. So in other words, what is the equation for this? Multimedia offers computer training seminars on a variety of topics. In the seminar, each student works at a personal computer, practicing the particular activity that the instructor is presenting. Micromedia is currently planning a 2-day seminar on the use of Microsoft Excel in statistical analysis. The projected fee for the seminar is $615 per unit. The cost for the conference room, instructor compensation, lab assistance, and promotion is $8,760. Micromedia rents computers for its seminar for $125 per computer per day. A. Develop a model for the total cost to put the seminar. Let X represent the number of students who enroll this semester. In the seminar, my bad. What happens here? In other
So let
words,
X.
it's like it's saying, what is the formula for C? C equals what?
Let me can you bring up the question again?
There you go.
C is equals to cost of student with projection fee for 860 student, right? I'm just reading it right now. Okay. It's a 2-day seminar. It's 125 per computer per day. Okay, so 125 times. So that's 250 X, right?
Okay.
8760. That's gonna be. It should be 250X plus 8760. 8,000.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now let's go for D then. My bad. It's B. Develop a model for the total profit P if X students enroll in the seminar. So in other words, it's asking us to find P. P equals. I'll bring up the question again.
Yeah. Okay, so total profit. Huh. Oh dear.
Okay. Total profit if each student enrolls in the seminar. That is a good question.
Yeah.
If X students enroll in the seminar. Micromedia offers computer training seminars on a variety of topics. In the seminar, each student works at a personal computer, practicing a particular activity that the instructor is presenting. Planning currently a 2-day seminar on the use of Excel and statistical analysis. Projected fee for seminar is $615 per student. Cost of the conference room, instructor compensation, so on and so forth is $8,760. Rents computers to its seminar for $125 per computer day. Well, it's asking if X enroll in the seminar. Wait, how much does it cost for a student to enroll?
per student, right?
Yeah.
It's 615, right? You're
Uh,
talking about that one. So
no,
the
that's
for
how
the
much
seven.
it's for the seminar. That's how much per student.
Yeah. What were you asking?
Uh, I'm asking realistically, I'm just asking how we get the coefficient for students. How much are students paying for our profit? Because look, let's take what we have for our. What are our costs exactly? Our costs are this number here, right?
Yeah, 887. Oh yeah, that's the total cost.
Yeah. So what I think it is this. So before we even get to that, we have to find the coefficient of x. So we need to find coef of x. And given that our fee is $615,
Mm-hmm.
and this is per student,
Yeah.
so x. However, the students only pay 125, okay?
Yeah.
But since we're there for
Yeah.
2 days, times 2, it's 250.
Yeah.
615 is how much we spent minus 250, how much the students spend, and that's 365.
Yeah.
That's our x.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense.
Minus our fixed costs, correct? Or is it plus? Yeah, minus our
Which is,
fixed costs.
the 8 minus what? It's a plus or minus?
Minus, because that's our fixed cost. We're losing stuff.
Yeah. Because we're talking about total profit here.
Yeah, profit is equal to revenue minus cost.
Yeah.
That's how you get it.
Yeah.
I'll admit, for a split second, that one had me, but that's why we review material, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Next part of the question. Micromedia has forecast an enrollment of 55 students for the seminar. How much profit will be earned if their forecast is accurate? So in other words, it's asking for P of 55, right?
Mhm.
Essentially, the question is saying P of 55 equal what? Well, it'd be 365 times 55
Yeah.
minus
Then you divide by 9 and 1.
8760. In other words, our profit is equal to $11315. Does that make sense?
You got 11315. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Up next, we must find break-even point. That's D. Find BEP. Well, that's actually pretty simple. We already have the profit equation from part B. So all I have to do is first clear all so we can actually see everything. Our profit equation is equal to 365x minus 8760. And now that we have that, all we have to do is find BEP. So in other words, at P is equal to 0, we have, say, 365x equals to 8760. X is equal to 8760 divided by 365. X, which is equal to 24. And that's our break-even point.
Okay, let's see here. 870 Okay. Yeah. So because for break even point, always put P at 0, right?
Profit is equal to 0 is
Okay.
break even point, yes. That way you don't lose,
Alright.
but you don't gain money in the long run.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna do two more questions, and then I'm gonna take a quick break to go do something really quickly, and then I'll come right back, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for homework 1, right?
Yeah, we're just finishing up homework 1. Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Okay. Sounds good.
yeah. We're gonna finish up homework 1, and then we'll come back, we'll do homeworks 2, 3, and the practice questions. And then afterwards, we will do the slide questions. Make sense?
Okay.
I'll message you when I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, I think the last 2 questions would be fast, like shorter.
What'd you say? Okay, read this out loud, if you can.
Um, Preliminary plans are underway for the construction of a new stadium for a Major League Baseball team. City officials have questioned the number and profitability of luxury corporate boxes planned for the upper deck of the stadium. Corporations and selected individuals may buy the boxes for $240,000 each. The fixed cost for the upper deck area is estimated to be $3,840,000, sort of, with a variable cost of $120,000 for each box constructed. For A, what is the break-even point for the number of luxury boxes in the new stadium? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So to get the break-even point, so we need to have P is equals to Okay, so we have the fixed.
FC is equal to what? What's our fixed cost? Do you remember?
It was 3 million something. I think it
Three.
was 3,840,000. Yeah, yeah. That's our fixed cost. 3,840,000.
Our variable cost is 12 as 12000x. So VC is equal to 120,000x. Okay?
Which one?
Our variable cost.
Okay.
So we know that profit is equal to, oh, and then SP, so our sales price, is equal to 240,000x. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so our profit equation is going to be as follows. X minus, close this, 3.840k. Okay. That's wrong. It's this much in k. Plus 12. Yikes, that was a bit sloppy. Let me fix that.
Yeah.
120kx.
Oh.
So in other words, our profit is equal to 120kx minus 3840k. So at k is equal to times 1000. That makes sense? Cool. So p so at p equals to 0, we will have 3840.
Yeah.
K is equal to 120kx.
Yeah.
So then from there, which I'm just gonna go up a little bit. It'll be x is equal to 3840k divided by 120k. X will be equal to 32.
Sounds good.
Good. That's our break-even point.
Yeah.
So now, next section of the question, construction of up to 52 luxury boxes, and then assume all 52 boxes can be sold. What do we do? What do we do? In other words, do we build all 52 or do we not build all 52?
Yeah. Build.
Why?
Hmm?
Why do we build it?
Because if we build 52 boxes, it will exceed the break-even point, which is like 32. So we will have profit after since 52 exceeds 32, we will have profit. So yeah.
Okay. Now that we have that, it's asking us the second one. What is our profit? Well,
That's we have to add up the cost, right? And then we minus it by the
let's rewrite the profit equation. It's right here, right?
yeah.
Now that we have our profit equation, we have everything known. Let's just take some stuff out. We get some more room to write with, right?
Yeah.
Good. Because not having room to write with kind of sucks. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Are you just saying yeah to everything I say?
No.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, there's not, you don't have a lot of space, so
So we
make some
know
room.
P is equal to 120, and let's just write the whole thing, right? Times 52.
Yep.
Minus 3,840,000. I'm just gonna assume you all have a calculator for this one. P is equal to
Yeah.
I apparently can't write letters.
I have 2.4 million.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you were solving these ahead of me.
No, I just put in your equation. Just put in the calculator.
Oh, jolly gee, let's look at this one.
Are you looking at question 5 now?
Yep, final question, and then I go take a lunch break, and then afterwards we come back to this.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Remember the professor talked about this.
Yes. Obviously the professor talked about it, otherwise it would not have been on the homework.
Okay, recent. Well, I think he went over this in the review.
This was not in the review, I can promise you that.
No. You think this is gonna be in the test?
Yes, because he said to study the homework.
Okay.
Unless you think it's not going to be in the test, in which case please let me know why.
Now, I am just making assumptions.
Okay.
Because did he say like a lot of the questions from the test are gonna be from the homework, or is it gonna be from the slides?
Both. He said
What do you
both.
think, Miguel?
And then he's also going to be doing definition stuff as well.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Most of the exam isn't the hard practical math. The majority of the exam is the Quizlets that we were doing. But if you know how to do the practical math, then the Quizlets become easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I am concerned about is probably like I should probably like read the questions better. I think that's my problem.
That's everyone.
Like just reading the questions, you know. properly.
What do you mean by properly in this instance?
Yeah. Because the wording sometimes gets to me. So
Is 2800 in carpentry, 1400 in painting, and 1400 in finishing. Brooklyn also has a contract that requires the company to supply one of its customers with 475 contemporary cabinets and 725 farmhouse style cabinets each week. Let X equal to number of contemporary style cabinets produced each week. Y equals to number of farmhouse style cabinets produced each week. Okay, now that we have this, we can start solving it, right?
Yeah.
Did I misspell contemporary? Yes, I did.
let's go. Just let's go
Yeah.
with the solving.
I know, let's solve it. A, develop objective function.
Okay.
Assuming Brooklyn Cabinets wants to maximize total weekly profit. How would you do that? How would you go about this?
Good question. How did I go about this? Okay, so if X is the number of contemporary cabinets each week,
Okay. Okay, so I'm looking at this, right? 40. What? Sales one finished. Well, I'm gonna look at the key for this one because this one doesn't make sense.
okay.
Okay, so the way that it explains it in the question, because I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've looked at this question, is as follows. So let's start with A first, okay?
Yeah.
That's not an A. So the way that it says is profit per contemporary cabinet
Yeah.
is $130, which is from the question, minus open bracket, open parentheses, 2.3, close parentheses, open parentheses, 15, plus open parentheses, 1.7, close parentheses, open parentheses, 12, close parentheses, plus open parentheses, 1.5, close parentheses, open parentheses, 18, close parentheses, close bracket, is equal to 48.1. And then the profit per farmhouse cabinet is equal to 120 times all of this nonsense again. And you get these numbers from the question, okay? This isn't just it comes out of nowhere. No, you can definitely solve for this. It's just I'll admit I didn't expect it to be this way. Hold on. Where do the 15, 12, and 18 come from in this question?
I believe they're the costs
Where does
for
it say that?
the carpet. carpentry
Oh,
painting
15
in the
per hour, 12 per hour.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
was I was about to start. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah, yeah.
I was about to start calling shenanigans that we would not see that number, but now I do see it. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
All right. Okay, okay. It's starting to make sense.
This is doable. This is definitely doable.
It's just really it's a lot of like work.
I would hope it's a lot of work.
Okay, yeah. All right, all right.
Okay, okay. I see how that works. And then
Yeah.
once more, I'm going to assume you have a calculator. This is equal to 42.9. And given that the
Wait. Hold up.
contemporary carpets, yeah,
So the 130 you minus it from the brackets and the 120 as well?
yeah, they're minus, I believe. Yeah, they're minus.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't draw the minus sign. I was in a rush.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's 120 minus 2.7.
Okay.
So now that we have this, and we know what this equals to, let's clear this up. It's gonna be max 48.1 x plus 42.9 y, and that is A.
Okay.
I'll admit, I was looking at the thing and it didn't make sense, but now I get it.
Yeah.
Now we gotta write the constraints. Because how dare they not just give them to us? Show the mathematical expression for the constraints on the three processes, which is carpentry, painting, and finishing, which is actually much easier, okay?
Yeah.
Let's look at this question here for a second. We know it's 1400, 1428, and these are our numbers here. So for carpentry, it's going to be these two equals to this, these two equals to this, and these two equals to this.
Yeah. So 2.3 x. So it's 2.7 y is less than or equal to what was the
28,
for the carpentry?
28. 28000, and then again we continue on with 1.7 x plus 1.1 y is less than or equal to 1400, and finally 1.5 x plus 1.3 y is less than or equal to 1400. Good. That's how you do B, by the way. Now time for
Okay.
C, and then we can go take like a 30-minute break or something. I don't know. Go eat lunch or something, because I'm going to be right back.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah. Let me know when you're
Hold on, let's
when
solve
you-
C first, and then we'll... Yeah. I'll message you in the chat room, okay?
Yeah.
Show the
Okay.
mathematical expression for each of the Brooklyn Cabinet contemporary cases. Well, that's actually really simple. Supply one of its customers with 475 and one of contemporary and 725 contemporary farmhouse. So the way you do C is much easier. You see this, right?
Uh-huh.
So pretty much it's these two. In essence, it's like this.
So the manual for each of the Brooklyn cabinet practical agreement. Oh, I see. I see the question. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so that's how you do homework 1.
Okay.
Uh,
Sounds good, man.
okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna call it here, and then I'll come back maybe in like a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, just message me.
Yeah, I'll message you. Goodbye.